Hello, Astros fans. It's Larry the GM, and we are back. We're going to talk about the total bat impact, my little metric that I created this year to try to describe how well how well some Astros are doing relative to the others on the team, and then we can take a look at it from an MLB standpoint as well. We'll look at it in comparison with the other key teams we're playing in the division, and there's some things we're going to learn from this as we go down this path. All right, so it is September 1st, 2023. I will ask you guys, please um, join the Patreon group. Well, all right, first I need to change the crawl. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Change the crawl. So, sorry about that, guys. Show this one. We're going to show this one. It's not really the daily lineup analysis, but this is a lot more appropriate than having a longhorn crawl on there. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to talk about uh, the Astros, the total bad impact. But what I'm asking you guys to do is to like the video. Forgive me for the stumble out of the box, but like the video, um, subscribe to the channel, and then also subscribe to the site, and then uh, please consider joining the Patreon group. And there's links in almost all these articles about how to join the Patreon group. That helps fund of our activities and helps us grow. So guys, let's take a look at what we can discover about the Astros in August. So, like I said, it's September 1st. We have all of our data in for August. How did we do on the total bat impact? Okay, just a reminder, total bat impact is the WRC plus, which is a weighted scale, which 100 is average. So what we're going to do is to take the WRC plus of any player, or we can do it for a team as well, and we're going to subtract 100 from it. So either above or below 100 of average, and then times the number of plate appearance. Super simple, very basic, but it gives you a lot of differentiation between good and not so good. All right, so here we go. Here's how the Astros. It was an incredible month of August, guys. The team had a great month. The team uh, grew quite a bit, and you're going to see we've got several players doing really well. And I've got these by position: catchers first baseman. You can see the data, and you can see Jordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker lead the team. Bregman and Jose Altuve made a huge jump in the month of August, and then we've got Chas McCormick, and then Yanier Diaz here, all delivering positive bat impact. And that's probably not too surprising to you. Here's what that looks like if we're just taking the Astros players with more than 150 plate appearances. Here's how that graph looks. You can see the players there. From a good, bad, and ugly standpoint, we got two MVPs, Alvarez and Tucker. We got Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, Chas McCormick doing great work. Yiner Diaz, very good. And then we start having some average type players close to the average, which I call anywhere between, if it's 0 to, I think it's -5,000. I said we call that average because it's really easy to get a big number on these things, guys, because you're multiplying by the plate appearances. Corey Jokes in the bad category, and then hey, I hate to say it, hate to do it, but Abreu and Maldonado in the ugly territory. And that really shouldn't surprise anybody understanding where these bats have been this year. Let's talk about August. August has been incredible. And the total bat impact for the team is 53,000, and they delivered 38,000 just in the month of August. You can see how those months compare. We had a negative month of March and April, offense starting out really slow, a lot of injuries. May was negative. June and July, you can see, started to be good months. Thought June was a great month until we hit August. In August, the offense started clicking. More players were back. Altuve and Bregman really took the charge. So you see, Bregman highest for the month, 9,000 just for the month. Altuve 8,500 for the month, and you see the other players. Astros had 8 players that I would say had a good month. They were 2 to 3 more than 2,000, and that's pretty good for in a month. So, because if you say about 100 plate appearances in the month, times that times 20, 20 being 120 WRC plus, that's a good month. That's 2,000. That's how to think of it. All right, so here we go. Alvarez had a 5,000 month. You see his big number. I'm going to have to change the scale on the Alvarez graph. I'm trying to keep these graphs all the same as far as their scale, but Alvarez is about to blow out the top of the scale. So is Tucker. That's why they're the MVPs. You got Bregman with a. You can see where he's been. He got hot in June, and now he was even hotter in August. So summer Bregman is the MVP Bregman. You got Altuve just being steady and doing well. Oh, I'm sorry. And then he had the great month. I need to take that graph out. I will. You got Altuve there with an 8,500 month in August. Great month. McCormick had a great month in July, and you see him another good month here in August, and overall for the team impact, doing really well. Diaz been consistent since he's got consistent playing time. That bat has been a very consistent good bat, which is miles ahead. If you've got a catcher that has a WRC plus of 100, that's that's really good. We have a catcher that has a WRC plus of 122 so far this year. That's Yanier Diaz. Pena bounced back after two challenging months. He had a really great month in August. So, he's right there on basically average, close to average performance for the year, which isn't bad for your starting shortstop. Jake Myers, consistently, close to average every month, a little bit above, a little bit below. Understand that 1,500 with a bunch of plate appearances, not a total negative situation. So here you go, negative 3,000 for Myers, close to average. Dubon bounced back. He had a really challenging month in July, bounced back with a good month in August, and most people have seen and Devon doesn't have a ton of at bats in August, a ton of plate appearances in August, but there you go. You see, doing good with what he's had. Corey Jokes had a really, and I give you the link to the article about Corey Jokes here. Check out that link because he was horribly unlucky in July and early August. He had to go. He went down when Brantley came up. Didn't have many opportunities in August. So Corey Jokes running, getting into the bad category. And then we have Abreu and Maldonado. Abreu was so bad in early August that he went to the injured list. I don't know. The Astros said his back was bothering him. Let's assume that's the case. He came back and he's been batting almost like MVP like Abreu. It's a small sample size. Let's see where it goes. But really exciting what Abreu's done since he came back from the injury. But you see the overall, it's just been a terrible, probably the worst year in Jose Abreu's career, and he's not happy with it. And let's hope for Jose Abreu that we if this team gets MVP Abreu in September, this team's going to be really really good and probably win the division and go deep into the postseason. Maldonado, Maldonado's had three pretty bad months, guys, and he's had two good months. And again, I said if your catcher if your catcher's delivering positive results on this scale, guys, that's good. Maldonado has been crazy in that he has been insane with his WRC plus versus lefties. 23 plate appearances, 259 in the month of August, and then a 33 and 48 plate appearances versus righties. It's like two completely different players when he's batting against lefties and when he's batting against righties. So my feel is, and I have advocated for this for multiple times. Have an article that's in the queue, working on it. That Maldonado, we should just go to a full stop um, platoon of our catchers. And I know that it's not what they want to do with the pitching staff, but that would be the most productive way to deploy our catchers. So there you go. This is the same table you saw above and where they fall on the scale. Let's there's your link for joining the Patreon group. So please take advantage of that. Here's where the Astros have been, and here they sit at number 5 on total bat impact. That just tells you how amazing the month of August has been, because they were number 11th on this list after July. So they had a great month and scored a lot of runs, had a very productive offense in the month of August, and shot themselves all the way up to number 5 on the total bat impact list. Right? If we look at from an overall standpoint, 64,000. Well, where does that fall? Well, what's interesting about the Astros here, and you saw in that previous table as well, we've got really good performances. The top 6 here, great, and we've got really horrible. And if you don't believe me, you just do the comparison with the Texas. Here's Texas, and here's Seattle. You notice that Texas has got Corey Seager, doing incredible things as well. Their team MVP, and you see that they don't have any orange or any, I guess it's magenta or pink, whatever you want to call it. Um, and they have a 93,000. They're one. I think they're number 4 on the total bat impact for a team. That team has been a great hitting team all year long, and you can see how it translates. The bottom of their team is not minus 3,000. The bottom 3 in our team are delivering. You're at minus 30,000 from the bottom 3 position players. So here you go. Your total bat impact, and then you got your top 5 players. Astros top 5 players are doing better than any other top 5 players from the 2 teams that they're competing with for the division. But then we've got the bottom 3 players. So either if Abreu's fixed, that number is going to come up, and it's going to come up rapidly. Corey Jokes obviously is probably not going to get much playing time, so his number's going to pretty much stagnate at that level. And Molinado, if the team would be able to use him versus lefties, yeah, he wouldn't get a ton of plate appearances, but he would continue to do really well. And then do away with the right-handed pitching plate appearances, and he's not going to have the big negative drag on his performance. Here to get an idea of where the league is, if you look at all the players with 377 players with over 150 plate appearances, you can pull the Astros numbers and see where they would fall on this chart. But you can see that the Astros have a lot of players. Quite a few players are up here in the positive 15,000 or more. That's going to be all players up in this territory, and then you can see the number of players they would have in the negative territory. It's kind of the tale of 2 cities. That's why I put the quotes in there. Tale of 2 cities, best of time and the worst of times in the Astros batting. Um, and let me jump back and see if I have those numbers in there. Yeah, there they are. The rank numbers. Jordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker, number 10 and number 11 in the league as far as total bat impact. And out of 377, you got Jose Abreu at 349 and Martin Maldonado at 367. It's crazy that this team has such a spread of great and terrible. There you go. There's the total bat impact for August. Hope you liked the video. Again, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website, and join our Patreon group. And guys, we'll have more for you to come. I've got a couple things coming out on the college football side. I did the Longhorn season preview yesterday. We've got the total NCAA preview out on the website, and I'll be promoting that as well today. So a lot of work, a lot of stuff going on, and please enjoy the Larry GM website and the YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye bye. Have a good day.